Hi, this is Makonas Pukani, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. I want to deal with the topic today, and I want to deal with part one of this great topic. And I want to speak about avoid being a toxic leader as a young man. Avoid being a toxic leader as a young man. There are leaders that are toxic out there. And today I just want to highlight some few points about toxic leaders so that you can be able to avoid this type of behaviors, because that makes you to become a toxic leader. And toxic leaders are very dangerous because not many people want to follow them. Not many people want to see them as a role model. So I want you as a young man to learn not to become a toxic leader, because when you become a toxic leader, you're actually repelling the people that are supposed to follow you. You are repelling the people that are supposed to be part of your life and everything that you do, that are supposed to be led by you. And I want to speak about this because I know as a young man, you want to be a leader in your life. And I want to see you as a leader, of course. But as I want to see you as a leader, I don't want to see you as a toxic leader either, because toxic leadership is very dangerous. Now, how do you know toxic leaders? Toxic leaders are autocratic in nature. Toxic leaders are people that are too much controlling, very autocratic. They're using authority to impose to others. They actually oppress other people. And that's autocratic. And autocratic leaders, they actually say things and expect the people to jump. They say jump and they expect people to say how high. And the reason is because autocratic people, they are in a controlling mood at all times. They want people to subject themselves to them. They want people to look up to them and people to subject themselves in every single action to them. And that's very, very toxic when you look at it. And I want to emphasize that autocratic leaders, when they use authority, they may manipulate you because they want you to do things that they want you to do. But those things that they force you to do are things that gain them, that not gain you. And that is very, very dangerous. We need to mention that you definitely, as a young man, need to develop yourself not to become a toxic leader. Don't become autocratic in nature. Don't approach things autocratically. Don't use authority to oppress others, because that's not on, and you're going to actually not get anywhere. Because you are actually provoking the people. You're causing conflicts when you are becoming autocratic. And you're making the people to be stubborn and not going to be ready to support you, because they are not interested in supporting a person who's autocratic in nature. Now, people that are autocratic as well, I'm sure you realize that they never consider ideas of others. They don't want to take an idea from anybody. They believe they're right. And every idea that comes from them is correct. And therefore, an autocratic leader will not listen to anybody. They will not bend to what's anybody. They won't compromise their ideas, because they want everybody to subject themselves to them. They want everybody to honor them. They want everybody to respect them and listen to them and do things according to them. Now, this is autocratic, and that is very, very very toxic as a leader if you do so. And I want to urge you as a young man that please never admire to become a leader like that. Secondly, there are those leaders that are narcissistic in nature, or narcissistic in nature. And people that are narcissistic in nature, they have exaggerated sense of their own importance. These are the leaders that feel they are more important than everybody. When they step in, they want people to stand up. When they step in, they want people to all keep quiet. These are the narcissist people. And I want to emphasize that as a young man, please, don't be narcissistic like that, because when you become narcissistic, you become a toxic leader wherever you are. People don't want to be led by narcissistic leaders. People that think they're more important than us. They don't want to be led by those people. And if you behave that way, you'll realize that people start avoiding you. People start not being participative in your leadership. People start not being happy about your leadership style. And therefore, when you are toxic like that, you're going to actually muddy the waters, and nobody want to support you as a leader. Nobody want to be part of your leadership. And that is why every time when you are leading the people, when you arrive, they are miserable. They are not happy. People change their faces. If they had a conversation to talk and they were happy and laughing, they stop now to talk. They stop even laughing, and they are actually keeping attention to you because now the lion has arrived. And that's the type of toxicity that we're speaking about. And I want you to avoid that as a young man, because you're going to be helped as a leader to become a better leader when you are not toxic as a leader. Be careful that autocratic leadership and narcissistic leadership, it is actually manipulative leadership. And these two, the combination of the two, are actually making you very toxic. And as I say, and nobody is actually interested in being part of your subordinate, and they are not happy. And that is why in cases where it is at work and the leader is toxic like this, in a way of autocratic and narcissistic, you'll realize that this type of leaders, that having high turnaround of people don't want to work for them. Because remember, when people work at a working place, people work for the leader. People actually follow the leader, not even the company. And when people leave companies or people leave churches as well, you'll realize that people leave the leaders, they don't leave the organization. Now, every organization where there's a high turnover and people are leaving, you must look at the leader. The leader must be toxic. And a toxic leader cannot keep people loyal, because everyone who is loyal to you, you actually make them angry, and you irritate them, and you make them not want to support you and not want to submit under you. And that is the reason, as I've said earlier, that people will rather resign and be away from you, because people leave people, they don't leave organizations. And I want to emphasize that as a young man, wherever you are, you might be a supervisor where you are actually working. You might be a leader, maybe somewhere in a church, or even maybe in a political party. But I want to emphasize that wherever you are as a leader, as a young man, be careful not to become a toxic leader, because a toxic leader is that people don't want to work with and want to be part of that particular leader. I want to end up here today. Your host, Makona Spokane. I hope you have learned quite a bit from this, and there's something that you got out of this teaching today. And you're going to join us as we deal with part 2 tomorrow of this very same topic of avoid being a toxic leader as a young man. And I hope you will do that, and you will actually join us tomorrow as we deal with another topic. And I want you to also subscribe to our YouTube channel and get these teachings, get these tips and learnings, and they will actually help you to become a better person whatever you do. And remember that you need to press also that notification button, that every post that we put on, it may notify you, and you will be able to listen to that. And may the good Lord bless you as you listen to us. And allow me to say cheers for now.